topic we are covering today is very important and interesting topic of interest. This topic is just not important for aptitude exams but also in real life. We should be well aware how simple interest and compound interest works, so we can plan investment and decision related to money accordingly. This topic is very limited in terms of concepts. So let's start first by understanding the topic interest. First of all, interest. So the money paid by the borrower as a charge for using lender's money, or the money received by the depositor from a deposit taking institution. It is denoted by I. There are two primary ways it is calculated. First is simple interest and second is compound interest. Now the second is principal, which is also known as sum. It is the initial deposit cap or the money borrowed. It is denoted by P. Then time, the time for which the money is deposited or borrowed, denoted by N, and is usually in years. The next is rate of interest. So the rate at which interest is calculated, it is denoted by capital R. It is usually expressed as a percentage. Sometimes it could be expressed as a fraction or decimal. Then amount. So the sum of the principal and the interest accrued, it is denoted by A. So let us understand this topic more clearly with the help of examples. We will understand simple interest by an example. So what we will do is we will keep the simple deposit in a bank. So let's say the principal that we are depositing is rupees 100 at the rate of 10% and over a period of 3 years. So now let's see what is going to happen to the principal over the period of 3 years to understand how simple interest functions. So we will see this through the table. So here you can see the table. Here the first column is of year, then the principal at the beginning of the year, then the interest for that particular year, then the total interest accrued till the end of the year, and finally the amount at the end of the year. We have kept the amount 100, so the principal at the beginning of your year will be 100. And then the rate of interest is 10%. So the 10% of rupees 100 will be 10. Then the total interest accrued till the end of the year will be 10. And then amount at the end of the year will be 110. So your deposit of rupees 100 generated an interest of rupees 10, and now the deposit has become rupees 110. So this is simple interest, and even though your final amount has become rupees 110, your interest for the next year will be calculated on the principal, that is the initial principal, and that is rupees 100. Then the same process will continue. The amount, the principal for the second year will be again 100, and the 10% of 100 will be rupees 10 again, and the total interest accrued till the end of the year will be 20, and then the amount will be 120. Then for the third year, the principal again will be 100 and the rate of interest will be 10%. So the 10% of rupees 100 will be again 10. Then the total interest accrued till the end of the year will be 30 and the total amount will be 130. So let's see the key points that we can observe. So the every year interest is calculated on the initial principal only, that is 100. Then the interest is same every year, that is rupees 10, and its value is R% of P. Then the amount grows by a fixed value every year, hence it is based on addition. So the formula for the simple interest will be PRT upon 100, where P is equal to principal, R refers to the rate of interest, and time is equal to the time span. Now let us do one question to understand this more properly. So here the question is, the simple interest on a certain sum of money is rupees 4016.25 at 9% per annum in 5 years. So we have to find the sum of money. So here the solution will be Let P be the principal amount or sum of money, time given 5 years, rate of interest given 9%, and the simple interest earned will be 4016.25. So as we know, simple interest is equal to PTR upon 100. So after putting these values in this equation, we will get the amount rupees at 925. Let's understand compound interest with an example. Suppose we keep deposit in a bank of rupees 100. So let's see what will be happen to rupees 100 over the period of 3 years. We made a similar table as we did for simple interest. So the principal we have deposited is rupees 100. For the first year, the interest will be calculated on rupees 100. So the 10% of rupees 100 will be 10 here. So we will get rupees 10 on the interest for the year. So the total interest accrued till the end of the year will be 10 and the amount at the end of the year will be 110. In simple interest, every year interest will be calculated on the initial principal only, but not in the case of the compound interest. In compound interest, whatever is the amount at the end of the previous year, that will be taken for the calculation for the next year. Here rupees 110 will be taken as the principal for calculating the interest for next year. And the same story will proceed. Now let's just see the key observation here. So the first is the amount at the end of the year is the principal for the next year. The interest for the year grows at the rate of R% and hence has a multiplier of 1 plus R by 100. The amount also grows at the rate of R% and hence has a multiplier of 1 plus R upon 100 and it is based on multiplication. I hope you understand.